Hey, hey, bash number 7, Gift Biz Unwrapped, episode 381.
Attention gifters, bakers, crafters, and makers. Pursuing your dream can be fun. Whether you have an established business or are looking to start one now, you are in the right place. This is Gift Biz Unwrapped, helping you turn your skill into a flourishing business. Join us for an episode packed full of invaluable guidance, resources, and the support you need to grow your gift biz. Here is your host, Gift Biz gal, Sue Monheit.
Hi there, it's Sue, and thanks for joining me today. You've landed on one of the new podcast formats I started a couple of months ago. It's called a bash. What's it all about? Hold tight, you're going to get the full experience in just a minute. But first, as a handmade product maker, you make the most beautiful, delicious, and life-enhancing products. I'm honestly so impressed with your talent, and you always put a smile on my face when I see your newest creations. I'm always watching, and I'm also always listening. Let me back up here for a second. In our Facebook group, Gift Biz Breeze, I asked you a while back what you need help with the most right now, and you totally surprised me. It wasn't email marketing strategy. It wasn't doing video or any number of topics that make up a solid growing business. Nope. What you are asking for help with is social media posting. What you've told me is you're putting in the time, you're posting frequently, maybe even several times a day, and you're discouraged because you aren't seeing any of this move the needle for your sales. I hear your frustration. Some of you have even told me you're at the point of throwing in the towel on social media altogether. Wait, please don't do that. Here's the thing. Some adjustments are needed. That's all. You see, putting in more time posting the same way isn't going to magically bring in sales. You need to change the way you're posting and what you're posting. You don't need to put in more work, you need to put in the right work, and that's when things will change. So, based on all of your comments, I decided to create your solution. It's called Content for Makers and is specifically created for handmade product makers like you. Because when you get your posting strategy and topics right, everything else falls into place. Content for Makers will enlighten you as to why your current social media activities aren't converting into sales. It will also show you how to put in less time and start seeing activity that will lead to increased sales. Just imagine a day when you know exactly what to post and get it done in 5 minutes or less. Then you can interact with your potential clients, deepen relationships with those you already know, and all of this continues to build upon itself naturally. Yes, this really is possible. Content for Makers includes a step-by-step strategy to formulate your unique plan based on your products and your business. Then you'll get 375 social media prompts. That's over a full year of ideas. Along with the 375 prompts also come 375 image suggestions, so you're not left hanging on the creative. These prompts and image suggestions can be used for all platforms and all types of posting, too. Images, live streaming, reels, even email topics. There's more to Content for Makers, too. To see all the details, jump over to giftbizunwrapped.com/content for makers. But honestly, at only $27, it's a no-brainer. Plus, you only have to buy it once for use year after year. Why carry on posting as you've been doing all along, expecting to see different results? Sign up for Content for Makers now and see the transformation of your posting experience change right before your very eyes. giftbizunwrapped.com/content for makers. Ready and waiting for your immediate access right now. Now, about this bash. It starts with a short training, The topic today is a review and tally on the pros and cons of having a store on Etsy versus creating your own website. Then we get into showcases from other handmade product makers just like you. They'll share some information about their business, and you have the opportunity to see how others present themselves, and also you get to support others through the discounts they offer or collaborations that they're seeking. It's so fun to hear the results of these bashes. New wholesale connections, product partnerships being created, and new business for those who are showing up here for the recorded bashes. We'll talk about how you can join and be in a bash also. But first, let's jump right into today's bash. Can you believe we are now on the 7th Gift Biz Bash? That is absolutely crazy to me. It's here in the middle of the summer, and there's a lot going on for us. And I appreciate those of you who have joined and are going to be part of the showcases as we get on with this bash. If you've never been part of a bash and after you experience what we're doing today are interested, you can go to giftbizunwrapped.com/bash and grab a spot. You will see the different dates that I have available as we move forward. The first thing we're going to do is a conversation about Etsy versus having your own website. And I see when people start thinking about an e-commerce plan, this is usually the big question. If you're going to sell online, you've got to have a place where people can buy, right? And as handmade product creators, of course, coming on Etsy could be like an obvious solution. It's a great place to get started, but ultimately the best thing for you is to have your own website. If you've hung around me for any length of time, you know that I advocate that, but I completely understand and don't disagree with having an Etsy site too. So for those of you who are in a position where you're just thinking of monetizing your craft, you're going to hear today now what my thoughts are on the strengths of Etsy and the strengths of having your own website through 8 different characteristics of what is involved with a website. So that's what I'm going to dive into right now. And of course, I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't give you a recommendation at the end of what you should do. Okay, so the 8 categories we're going to be talking about are setup, training, visibility, audience makeup, competition, business growth potential, costs, and that's it. And then we'll tally it up and see who wins. Okay, so first of all, when you talk about setup with Etsy, that's, I think, what makes this platform so great is it doesn't take long to set up a website. In fact, if you have pictures already, I mean, you obviously need a photo of your product, but you can set up your shop within an afternoon. Now, it might not be set up totally perfect yet, but the fact is you could do that, okay? All the functionality is in place, like with the shopping cart, all of that. However, you are limited in terms of what you could build into that site. You have to stay within the platform that Etsy provides for you. In terms of your own website, that takes a lot more time, for sure. But the thing that's so great about a website is you are in control of everything. You are in control of how the navigation looks, how a homepage looks, what you want to add in, what you don't want to add in. You have to figure out how to do your shopping cart. So it makes it a lot more cumbersome to get started, but obviously it's possible. Okay. But in terms of which one is better in terms of ease of setup, that one clearly goes to Etsy. Then when you get into training, and by training, what I mean is how do you use that platform? Etsy comes with a lot of really solid information, videos and manuals and all of that on how to work within the platform. Not only setup, but keywords that you should be using, how to attract as much as you can, even advertising on the site. I mean, there's a wealth of information there. So while I was saying earlier, you can set up really easily, then you probably will want to dive in and learn more and perfect so that you're going to get the visibility to your account. And then on the website side, I'll say that no matter what platform you start off with, you're going to have access to information on how to set things up. You know, I'm a huge Shopify advocate. If you are looking for a website platform and you're ready to start your own, I absolutely recommend Shopify. giftbizunwrapped.com/Shopify is a great place to get you started for, I think it's like free for the first 30 days or $1 or something like that. You could take a look at it if you're at that point. Okay. And whether it's Shopify, whether it's Squarespace, Wix, like any of those do have training materials. So not to belabor this point, I would actually put them on equal ranking for the types of training and directional materials that you could get through either Etsy or starting your own website, regardless of the platforms. The third point here is visibility. This is really different for each. The way to get visibility on Etsy is all by what I just referenced a minute ago, keywords and tagging. You're making sure that the name of your product is something that people will search for in the descriptions, et cetera, so that you can, as much as possible, come up when someone's querying or be suggested based on things that people are querying. So it's very much how you're setting up each of your products so that you will be seen. When you're talking about your website, you have to direct people to your website. So it's not an automatic, oh, I'm going to Etsy, which I know is handmade. Now I'll find the product I want. People aren't even going to know that you're there until you direct people there. So in terms of visibility, because they're so very different, I'm going to put those on equal playing ground too, because you have to work to get visibility in both places. Then moving on to audience makeup, this is also very different for each one, because when you go to Etsy, people who like handmade and want a handmade product automatically know that they can go there and that's what they're going to get. And that could be a very different person who's searching or on the website knowing you, because when you direct people to your website, which is what I was talking about with visibility, they already know you. Maybe they saw you at a show and they bought something from you there, and now they want more, or they want to see what other things you offer, and they have your card, so they go to the website. Well, they're farther along already in a sale because they already know you. So there's a lot of advantages to that versus someone going on Etsy for the first time cold and just deciding that they would want to purchase from you versus the other options that are available. So I'm going to put this in terms of audience makeup also on an equal playing field, albeit there are different audiences that come to each platform. The ability to attract the audiences and the value once they get there is similar. So if you're keeping a tally up to this point, we are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 in, and I've given 4 points to Etsy and only 1 better point to your website. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Now, moving on to competition, and I think this is really interesting. When you go on Etsy, and I'm pretty sure most of you who are listening have purchased something on Etsy before because you happen to be in the industry, but there's a lot of competition. No matter what you want to search for, handmade soaps, handmade jewelry, sweatshirts, mugs, you name it, lots of results come up, right? So there's a ton of competition. And if somebody doesn't know you already as a business, it's on you to have good pictures, to have good descriptions, to somehow convince them that you're the one they want to purchase from. Even though you get a huge and great audience of people who are pretty close to being interested in buying because they're on Etsy for handmade, they have lots of choices. When you get to your website, given that I've already said, you've got to direct people over to your website, once they get there, there's no competition. It's all your stuff. I read an article a while back, and I would have looked at this if I knew I was going to bring it up, if it was going to come to my mind, but talks about how most people will not make a single choice unless they can compare it against something else. So if you think about that in your website, you make jewelry. Okay, do I want the gold option or the silver option? Do I want pearls? Do I want beaded? Do I want whatever? They're making comparisons against all things that you sell. And that's a huge advantage versus on Etsy comparing beaded jewelry with 10, 15, 50 other companies. So in terms of competition, I'm going to say that your own website wins out because once you get them there, they're going to make some option choices and it's all going to be a sale to you versus you having to compete against the competition. So that's a tally in your own website category. Moving on to business growth potential with Etsy. Well, I know a real frustration with Etsy is you're not legally supposed to capture customer data. So you don't get the emails, you don't get to add them. It's illegal under their requirements to add them to your email list. So yes, you can make sales, you get the shipping labels, all of that. You can communicate with them in their messaging system within Etsy, but you don't really have an opportunity to continue that conversation or remind them of you in the future unless you include something in your box, your shipping box, when you send something, and then they take the initiative to get on your list or that type of thing. So that's a lot of steps to have somebody do. And not many people follow through with all of that. The other thing you miss is any of the lookers. How many people come to your website and sign up for something that you give for free or enter a sweepstakes, and then you've got their email? Lots of times people will happen upon our businesses, but they just aren't in the market for what we're selling right now. But next month, their girlfriend's birthday comes up and they're like, perfect gift. You have the perfect gift. What was the name of that business again? On Etsy, you're not able to capture and have those continuing conversations. But on your own website, you are. I know a lot of people, as I've been doing website reviews, a lot of people are now including a pop-up. Sometimes a little earlier than I like, but when someone lands on the website and it's the first time, there's an opt-in for something. Enter my sweepstakes, 10% off first order, all of that. When you do things like that, where you're expending money because you're discounting your product, that's an advertising promotion expense in exchange for their email. And it's super valuable. And you can't do that with Etsy, but you can with your website. So for that reason alone, the potential of growth that's totally in your control, I say your website on that category is 100% better. Finally, the costs of a sale. Etsy, when you are listing your products, there's a cost to listing, and then there's also a cost per transaction. So if you had your product on Etsy, and then you also have your product on your own website, and someone buys from each place, you're going to make more money from the product on your website. You keep everything. Okay. That's something to consider also. I don't know. Some people price differently on Etsy to accommodate those costs. The other thing is Etsy can change their rules anytime. And unless you're staying up to date with it all the time, you may not even realize that they've increased and are pulling more. I've heard a couple of people get to the point where they were doing some really kind of like loss leader type products on Etsy, and they ended up paying for each of those sales because they were making less than they were even bringing in. Does that make sense? So cost of sale, 100%, your website is better for sure. So given these new points, I am making the final tally be Etsy 4 and having your own website 5. But I also feel that having your own website is always something that you're going to want to strive for. And the value, the advantages, like if you took all of these categories and you weighed how important they are over time, the website would be way, way, way in the winning category. But here's my recommendation, because I'm not trying to have you choose necessarily between Etsy and your own website, because I don't think it's a bad option to get started on Etsy, to get a feel for it. It's so much easier to put up. Yeah, you will make less money, but it's way better than not getting on e-commerce at all and just waiting at all. So, and that way you get to see how does shipping work, all of that. So Etsy, I am a full Etsy supporter in that manner, given the caveats we just discussed. Then once you're in the groove, once you're liking it, or you time allows or money allows, then I also think you should add your own website. So actually, I'm an advocate for you having both, because as I talked about, Etsy gives you a whole different audience than most of the people who are going to your website. So you can use them also kind of interchangeably. And you don't need to put everything that's on your own website also on Etsy. They don't need to mimic each other. Okay. So where one of a kind products that you have, you can put just in one place or another, or products where you have a larger margin, knowing that Etsy is going to be taking more. Maybe you want to make those and just put those on Etsy. I mean, the choice is yours, but I don't think it's bad to have both. The platforms are very different from each other in terms of the things that I just talked about and how you would put your listing up. And we won't go into all of that today. But I don't think it's a bad call, as I said in summary, to start with Etsy. Keep your account going if it's all working for you in terms of margins and orders and all of that, and then add in your own website down the road. Someone recently within Gift Biz Breeze put up both at the same time. I can't recall who it was. Don't do that. That's going to make you insane. You don't need to do that. But that's my recommendation. Etsy and your own website. Thumbs up to both for different reasons. All right. So now questions or comments about Etsy versus your own website. Anyone have anything they want to talk about? Oops. I think you're unmuted, Anita.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I really like the idea of using both platforms, but based on experience, to get on those platforms are always a good idea, but you do need to make sure that you have a commitment to stay with them in order to keep up with the algorithms to keep yourself visible. So it's kind of like you can put yourself out there on a website, but if you don't market yourself, then you have problems being seen by others. So my question is, do you have any recommendations from anybody that uses both platforms, the Etsy and the website platform, to help them increase their visibility?
Well, on Etsy, there's a whole strategy in terms of how you actually do your product listings, how you title your products, the description, because really when Etsy comes in, it's search. It's the product that you're searching for. I want a beaded belt, And so you have to be thinking about what people are asking for and give enough detail, but enough generality in your title so that you would show up when someone's searching that. And they have tutorials and all of that about how to do that. Then it comes to the quality of the photo, because you can have a great title, product name, but then if your photos look bad against others, they're blurry, doesn't show the quality of your work, etc., probably going to choose the others. So there's a lot of competition in that way. Your website, we talked about this a little bit already in the beginning, you have to direct people over there. So there are probably fewer people who will go to your website, but they're more primed for the sale because they've connected with you before at a show, at a networking event, found you through social, and are specifically coming over to your site. So does that answer your question, Anita?
It does. And it also clarifies for me personally that, you really need to be intentional of who your perfect person is that you want to meet before you start to jump in on either of these two platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. And also recognizing that they're going to be two different people. So, all right, wonderful. Anyone else? Okay, good. I take it when there's less questions that I was really clear. I'm going to go with that. All right, so now we're going to jump into the showcases, which is such an exciting part. What I'd like you guys to do when I ask you to go is, and if this is your first bash, I'm not going to call on you first, I promise. But what I'm going to ask you to do is tell all of us, including the listeners, who you are, what your business is, and then if it's not immediately obvious what your products are, tell us what you sell, and then share with us something that's going on right now or in the month of August. So do you have any products on sale? Are you going to be at any shows? Are you prepping some exciting things for the holidays? Whatever you want to talk about. That's the product side. And or these bashes have created a lot of collaborations. People have been looking to place their product in wholesale or find a partner to do a special type of a collaboration they're thinking about. So feel free to offer that up too, that you're looking for someone specific to do a collaboration on blank, whatever it might be. And then finally, you'll wrap up with telling us one place where people can go and find you. And I think one is easier because it's easier for us to capture that one. Like if someone says, oh my gosh, Rosemary, I need to talk with her later, and you only give one place to connect, it's easier for them to remember that later. Okay. All right. And since I already was talking about you, Rosemary, I'm going to let you go first. Let's see. We got to get you to unmute.
That's totally unfair.
But I know, but you're doing it. So there.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm Rosemary Bohennick, the lead owner and designer of the New Jersey Gifting Company here in Sussex County, New Jersey. We are the very last town in the state of New Jersey. We border Pennsylvania and New York State, so I can shop in 3 states in one day, and it's pretty interesting. I live where people go on vacation, and I love it. It's very country. But what we do is we offer gifting for all types of businesses and personal needs. And I want to be considered part of your marketing team. If you're a business, you can call me and I will work within your budget. Everybody's very budget conscious right now. And I'm working on a full line of budget friendly gifts for personal and corporate gifts for the holidays. I'm in the middle of researching a lot of new products, which I found some really awesome women-owned businesses that make things in small batches, tasting them all, and they're really, really good. But if you need any types of gifts for life milestones, give me a call. You can go to my website, thenewjerseygiftingcompany.com. My website is under construction. It's up, but it's under construction. My number is there. I highly suggest you call me and we could work within your budget. I can design a gift. I will send you pictures and we can get you on a gifting program that works within your budget.
Perfect.
I thank you, Sue, for the opportunity.
You're welcome, Rosemary. I love the idea of the small batches because then we can gift our clients something that they're not going to see necessarily in their local shop.
Yes,
So it
exactly.
makes it really unique and special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Neen, why don't you take it away?
Hi, I'm Neen. My real name's Arlene, but I'm known as Neen. And I have Neen's Soaps and Such. I'm trying to switch over to just Neen Soaps on my Facebook page. I am in a small town in Southwest Pennsylvania called Carmichaels, Pennsylvania. I'm about 38 miles south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I make handmade soaps and bath bombs and all things bubbly. Started into making my own candles, soy wax candles to match my soap products. And I do basically melt and pour soaps. Because of health issues, I can't do the cold process. So I got in with the melt and pour and I really enjoy it. Right now, I am working on my very first monthly subscription box for August. It's going to be a $25 box that has a bar of soap, a matching mini body butter, a 4-ounce tin candle, and a lip balm. And then there's a few other little Neen swags in there. And you can find me on Facebook at Neen Soaps, or you can find me at neensoaps.square.site.
Okay, perfect. And I love that you're getting into subscription boxes. I even responded to you when I saw that. I'm like, yay!
Yes, I saw that.
You know what? I've gotten subscription boxes as gifts recently. Like my daughter gave me a candle subscription. Every month, a candle came for 6 months. That was so fun. I've also paid it forward when there have been condolence or sympathy type situations of doing those candles too, because, after an event, people go away, things act different. And this way I was able to continue saying how much I cared for that amount of time. So that's another thing I like about subscription boxes that isn't really talked about very much. All right, Anita, how about you?
Hey, everybody. I'm Anita Hausman. I'm with the Hershey Gifting Company, where we offer a unique gifting and creative marketing experience that helps others remember special people, moments, and life events for small businesses, non-for-profit groups, and really basically those that really want to stand out above the norm. Our number one product is custom printed ribbon that we personalize to order. It can be customized with your own personal message or maybe put your logo on it to make things pop for whatever you need it for your gifting and branding needs. So what we are involved in right now, or what I'm involved in right now, I should say, is earlier this year rolled out a drop shipping ribbon on demand services for small businesses or others that want to collaborate to give them a little additional revenue source where we provide the ribbon that will help them generate either additional revenue for themselves or they can sell it themselves or provide it to their clients to help them promote their own products and services. So you can find me at thehersheyGiftingCompany.com on the website or on all social platforms at The Hershey Gifting Co. So for today, I would like to say that we're offering a promotional discount for all of our first-time orders for 15% off your order by using the code BASH15. So hope to see you there.
Wonderful. And how long is that code available?
It's for first-time orders. So you can order, it's a one-time code.
Okay, so if someone calls you in 4 years after they listen to this podcast, will you honor it still?
You betcha.
All right, then.
And hopefully I'll be really big then.
Yeah. Okay. Maureen, why don't you go ahead and go?
Hi, I'm Maureen Basile with Maureen's Sweet Shop out in East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. And for those not familiar with the area, East Longmeadow abuts Springfield, which is in Western Mass. And Springfield is the home of the Basketball Hall of Fame and the birth of basketball. So I have a small chocolate shop here that we do wholesale and retail. And we have a website, MaureenSweetShop.com, but that doesn't have our wholesale stuff on it. We do that direct to the customer. And we do everything in small batches, like Rosemary said. We do popcorn, gourmet popcorn, all kinds of chocolates. We also do gifts for the corporate world. We do custom gifts for individuals. And we also have a neat process where we can actually print on chocolate. So we can customize individual chocolate pieces. That's really, really cute. So that's about
like logos or
pictures or sayings, whatever you like. Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Oh, wait. Rosemary is anxiously raising her hand.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I give a testimonial for Maureen?
Do it.
With the logo, I had her do Oreo cookies with my client's logo on it for his thank you boxes, and it just totally blew him away. So go, Maureen.
Thank you.
Very cool. And quick question, Maureen.
Sure.
Chocolate shipping in the summer. If someone was interested and wanted to talk with you, is there a way to get it to them or do we wait till the fall?
Well, if it's something that you don't need right now and you're looking for the holidays, I'd say let me ship out some samples and then let's wait till the fall to ship your order. But we do ship in the summer. I just shipped to Tennessee last week and it got there without any melting or breakage. We have insulated boxes. We have ice packs, but we do require a maximum of a 2-day ship. Just because overnight shipping is so expensive, we have enough insulation that we can get it 2 days.
Perfect. That makes sense. Wonderful. Thanks, Maureen.
Thank you.
And Gloria, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Gloria with King's Gift Baskets, and we're located in the beautiful Myrtle Beach area in South Carolina. And what we help you with is gifting, whether it be through gift baskets or small gifts, or if you have a large corporate gift order. That's something that we can help you with here at King's Gift Baskets. I am looking for people to collaborate on as far as product, to have their product in our shop and also to have it in our gift baskets. And we're open, our shop is open from 10 to 2, Monday through Friday here in Myrtle Beach.
And what types of products are you looking for?
I will definitely reach out to Maureen. I am more looking for savory or sweet products, but I do want to talk to her about her chocolates. I've had them before, so I know the quality of what she has to offer.
Fabulous. And what about, I'm just thinking about other people who might be listening. There are a couple of gift basket companies on here today. If you do, and I'm talking to people who are listening to the podcast now, if you do gift cards or you make lotions or soaps, or especially something within the hometowns of people who you're listening to here, lots of times they're interested, and I see Rosemary and Gloria nodding their head. They're looking for things that are made in their areas, in their states or communities. So it might not sound like your product is right for a gift, but you don't know because a lot of people will come to them for things even over and above gift baskets. It might be like an employee appreciation birthday present or something.
Yes.
So feel free to reach out The worst is going to be that someone says, oh, not quite a fit, but so glad to know you. And then you have that connection. So consider that too. I mean, that's one of the things that these bashes help you do is see and get ideas of what other people are doing for their businesses, but also over and above, try to get your mind a little bit more creative about different ways that you can present your product to people. So, all right, with that, if you're interested in joining us on a bash, you can. Don't think that if we've never talked before or we've only talked with you being in the breeze that you're not eligible. You are. As long as you have a handmade product that you're selling, you can grab yourself a spot in one of these bashes. The spots can be limited because if we just kept going and going, of course, the bash would go on forever. Depending on how many people we have each time is how I allot the time when people can talk. So as more people come in, you get a little less time to talk. And you just never know. The next bash is coming up. It's actually going to air August 20th. And I meant to, and the day that we're recording it is August 4th. It's going to air August 20th. And I timed this specifically for back to school. So if you have a product specifically that meets that range, then come on here and share it to the world. The way to grab your spot is giftbizunwrapped.com/bash. So for those of you who are here with me, stay with me as I end the recording. We can have some conversation afterwards. And those of you who have listened all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much. And I'm hoping to see you on one of our future bashes. Bye for now. Before you move on to your next activity today, make sure to get your name on the list for at least one Gift Biz Bash. You can see the dates and times for upcoming sessions and get signed up over at giftbizunwrapped.com/bash. And if you're enjoying the podcast and would like to show support, a rating and review would be wonderful. It helps spread the word about the show too, so it's a great way to pay it forward. There's also another way to get something tangible in exchange for your support. Visit my merch shop for a wide variety of inspirational items like mugs, journals, water bottles, and more, featuring logos, images, and quotes to inspire you throughout your day. Makes a great gift too. And we've just added some new products for the season. Which is my favorite design right now? It's a toss-up with that gorgeous lemonade image and a quote about refreshing, and the beautiful butterfly design. What's yours? Turnaround is quick and the quality is top-notch. Nothing but the best for you. Take a look at all the options at giftbizunwrapped.com/shop. All proceeds from these purchases helps me offset the costs of producing this podcast. And now, be safe and well, and I'll see you again next time on the Gift Biz Unwrapped podcast. I want to make sure you're familiar with my free Facebook group called Gift Biz Breeze. It's a place where we all gather and are a community to support each other. I've got a really fun post in there that's my favorite of the week, I have to say, where I invite all of you to share what you're doing, to show pictures of your product, to show what you're working on for the week, to get reaction from other people, and just for fun because we all get to see the wonderful products that everybody in the community is making. My favorite post every single week, without doubt. Wait, what? Aren't you part of the group already? If not, make sure to jump over to Facebook and search for the group Gift Biz Breeze. Don't delay. Come join us in Gift Biz Breeze today.